Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sandbox Wednesdays stream. I'm Alex Florez, aka Kamisazi, joined here in voice, mind, body, and soul by Lucas is right. How you doing, Lucas?
I am doing quite well. I didn't tell you this. I've actually got a couple stories for the show today, if you want to go through them all. But
Okay.
first things first. My wife's car exploded the other day.
Oh,
So,
fun!
Yeah,
I'm
she
guessing
wasn't in it though.
I was gonna
So we
say,
good. Yeah, we good.
Your tone of voice indicated to me that she was not in the car when it happened.
I had a lot of big old life insurance plan on her, so I'm happy. No, she's fine. She wasn't in the car. But it's been really stressful because driving her to work and all that whatnot. But we finally got it replaced. So I am breathing this massive sigh of relief because that is a stressful. Getting a new car is a stressful process.
Yep. I'm green.
So I'm pretty excited right now. I'm pretty excited. Just not having that on my plate. I feel like I'm walking on sunshine. Is that the phrase?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, walking on sunshine is usually like something good happened, so you're just like, whoa, everything's awesome.
Everything is awesome because one, my wife didn't get hurt, and two, I don't have to deal with that whole thing anymore.
Yeah. People handle stressful situations differently, so some people's relief is not what they would call walking on sunshine, I think.
Gotcha.
Like sometimes it's just relief.
How are you today?
I'm doing
How was
okay.
Alex?
I thought today was Tuesday, and I was not ready to go live, but we're doing it anyway.
I should have known it was Wednesday myself because my butt hurts right now, and Tuesday is always leg
my
day.
butt hurts.
So
it's a Wednesday.
Yeah. My butt hurts. It's a Wednesday. That is science in my life.
Hey Theodore over on Twitter and Go West over on Twitch. Hope your butt's not hurting today, even though it is a Wednesday.
I mean, leg day isn't Tuesday for everyone. Some people have it on Wednesday, like
sure,
wild people.
My backside is. Oh no.
He said side back. I don't know what a side back is. That
they
this
did.
portion of your body? Like, is that your lats?
I don't know.
Did we just discover a new muscle? It's my side back. What are we doing on this stream today, Alex?
All right. Well, today I wanted to see. I've been playing with the idea of MMO style stuff in games.
Ooh, I like it. Say more.
And I was thinking, why are these all locked together? What's did the control change? Is it control? Is it Alt R? Control R? Control Shift R? Whoa! What was that?
You hit the platypus key, and then you smash F12.
There we go.
Repeatedly.
Apparently, Alt R brings up like all sorts of stats. FPS 60, GPU 77%, CPU 12%.
Like that.
I don't know what that's from, but that's Alt R. So Control R it does like a random rotation, but it's it seems to be rotating the trees all the same way. And I thought that there at least used to be a way to do them all separately. And I'm not sure.
You selected all of them to begin with. You did like a drag and drop select of all of them.
But it's supposed to scramble them so that way they're all random.
Oh, gotcha.
So what is it? Rename. Rotate tool. Rotate randomly is Alt R. Didn't I already try that? Alt R. That's bringing up this other thing. What is this thing? What is this overlay? Where did you come from? It's interrupting my Alt R.
Is it a gift from Santa?
I don't know. But I didn't want it. I wanted.
Santa doesn't necessarily bring you things you want.
And this is also.
He brings you things he wants to bring you.
I'm guessing from another app. I'm running all the same apps that I'm always running when I stream, which is OBS,
Is anyone else?
Beacon, the Sandbox, Chrome. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Discord.
Oh yeah, Discord too. Yeah.
Probably also Slack.
Nope. Not while I'm live. This is
Maybe some Grubhub.
This is all I got. I don't think that's an app on my computer. Okay, well, it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to rotate randomly, I guess. I mean, I could just do it.
Lieutenant General brings up a good idea. Try minimizing Game Maker and just hitting Alt R and see if it still pops up. I mean, I tried it on my computer and it's not popping anything up.
It appears to be a desktop overlay. I don't know if it's part of a Windows update.
You little smarty pants.
I mean, I assumed it wasn't part of Game Maker because Game Maker has its own. It has well, type something. What? Lucas, your Discord window just put up a thing that says type something at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that.
I can. That is strange. One moment.
We're just hitting all sorts of hotkeys and seeing what happens today.
Hitting the buttons. What is that?
It could be from OBS. I don't know. It did not do it before. I used to be able to do the random rotation, and I'm not running any different programs. So I don't know. I don't know if it was part of an update or if something's running in the background. I've got the mouse driver, right? Which is I've got a Logitech mouse. Well, wouldn't be the Logitech mouse, but I've got a Razer keyboard, and Razer likes to have a whole bunch of things running in the background, which is really annoying. So maybe it has to do something with that. I'm trying to think if I've used random rotation since I changed to this keyboard. I don't know.
I can't.
It's weird.
I cannot get type something to go away. Oh, you know what? It's backwards on the screen, so it's probably. Yep.
It's part of your webcam.
It's part of my webcam. Yeah.
Interesting. That everybody else can't see it. This is Lucas right now. It just popped up there randomly. But I've been seeing it this whole time.
I can't get rid of it. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an adventure.
Hey, Planet Z over on Twitter. And Lieutenant General, yeah, probably is something. It's probably the overlay intercepting the hotkey. I mean, some hotkeys sometimes kind of work in multiple places at the same time. I'm pretty sure I've seen
some
that before.
Things sometimes do some stuff.
Hey, Garnikin. Anyway, none of that is relevant to what I actually wanted to do today. It was just weird because I'm used to being able to. Whenever I put down trees like this, I like spinning them around. Just because it breaks up the monotony. I don't have like an army of trees all just totally straight. They're they're their own unique trees with their own special.
It adds a little less uniformity and a little more diversity to the ambiance around whatever you're working on.
Yeah, which is funny coming from me because I'm the guy who's like I like all my voxels nice and sharp. All everything's blocks. Nice and lined up, but I guess it's because I like the structure of the world to be all these nice straight lines, and then when it comes to the decorations, that they can be a little more wild and they stand out more that way. End all tasks for OBS and enjoy working. Well, if I stop OBS, I won't be working anymore because my work rate. Anyway. Let's move along to what I want to do today, which is...
You sure about that?
I mean, we could just keep goofing off. I mean, nobody's going to stop us.
What's the goal for today's stream, Alex? Tell us about that. I'm going to stop us.
Well, the goal is to build a heads-up display, aka a HUD, And
like that word.
We want to try manipulating the HUD in different ways. So sometimes, some games, not going to call out any games in particular because I've seen it in multiple games. There can be too many things going on screen, and sometimes those things are really far away. And there are some options for how far away you can see things before they disappear. But players might want to know where that far away thing is sometimes, but maybe not always. So what if we could toggle our heads-up displays on and off? And to be honest with y'all, I forgot that's what I wanted to do today until I asked Panda and she reminded me right before we went live. So we're going to try to figure it out because I didn't prepare. But in the meantime, there are a couple of
doing it on the
news
fly.
things. Yeah, we're doing it live. There's a couple things that Panda wanted me to mention to all of you. There is a form here. Let me grab the link for this. For the in-game leads temporary ambassador space for Alpha Season 4. So what we're looking for, and it's this this kind of crazy looking link that I just pasted in the chat. It's a really sketchy looking link, I will be honest. It's like 7A5QDWIDA2Y
.typeform.com.
Yeah, the typeform.com is the important part.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since we talked about it, but we talked before about the difference between domains, subdomains, top level domains. So typeform.com is the actual website. Typeform, nice if we could change it to say like Sandbox or something like that, but whatever. That form is set up to apply to be an in-game lead for Alpha Season 4. So thank you for your interest in the Sandbox Ambassadors program. We are looking for passionate players who would love to play in the metaverse with the community as in-game leaders over Season 4. Does that sound like you? Please fill out the form below to help us learn more about you and why you'd be a great fit to be an in-game leader. So the in-game leaders are people who are like the Sandbox Ambassadors. I think the Sandbox Ambassadors probably already are included in this, but you could apply to join, and you would just play the game, just hang out, and you might get asked to hang out specifically in the starting hub or in specific experiences, or you may be asked to not be in the same experience as another ambassador, so that way you are kind of more spread out. And you're there to help players, so you should play the game, and you should know where the things are. And when players are like, I don't understand how to do this quest, you can give them some hints, or help lead them to places. If I can't find this thing, then be like, hey, follow me. So you'll be keeping an eye on the in-game chat. You'll be just playing the game and hanging out, and I believe earning some sand as part of that. Now you do want to wow, my brain just bloop, the thought that I was going on just went away. Where was I going with this?
Fill out the form if you would
leads.
like to be a part of the in-game leader
Yeah.
program.
Yep. You could also play games. I mean, obviously you're playing the game, but
For
you could
fun.
But you could, you know how Panda does like hide and go seek in hubs and stuff like that. You could round up players in game and do some like metagaming with them, which is like gaming on the side. So yeah, you could have a lot of fun with that. So definitely fill out that form. It's in the chat. Lucas, would you mind sharing that to Twitter? Because I could share it to YouTube and Twitch, but I can't share to Twitter from this.
You got it, dude.
All right. Oh, we got a bunch of Twitter viewers today. Welcome, everybody. So that was the first bit that Panda wanted me to share. And we've got another bit. The land sale is going on for is it the Defenders District?
Mm-hmm.
Adventure World Defender District. land sale is still going on for 5 days. I would really like to pick up one of these premium lands because you get some pretty cool stuff with it. But I'm probably gonna have an expense that yeah, sure, I'll say it. I'm gonna go to England and hang out with Panda for a little bit. I got invited
what
to
now?
yeah. I got invited to a gallery opening in London, and I was like, that's like a far trek. But I was like, Panda, can I crash at your place? And so Panda talked to her people, and they're like, I suppose. And so yeah,
When's this gonna be?
around the 18th. So I still need to make some more formal plans.
Of this month?
Yeah, in about 3 weeks.
That's soon. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
I know. I know.
Congratulations.
So yeah, if I wasn't doing that, I might pick up a premium land. But I think I'd rather go to London, hang out with Panda for a bit, go to a cool gallery opening, and maybe visit the Sandbox Paris office.
Can you tell us more about the gallery opening?
Yeah, so it's Pranksy's gallery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've done a bunch of work for Pranksy, and I've helped other Sandbox staff artists do work for Pranksy as part of the staff artists. And we've made a bunch of artwork in the Sandbox to go with his NFT boxes. Let's see, where is... Pranksy does a lot of tweeting, so I might need to scroll a little bit. Where there was some cool graphics related to it. It's got this kind of the double-decker bus is like the symbol of London, sort of. It's got that kind of as a theme going on with it. I'm not seeing the tweet. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Well, we can pull this one up. This will work.
Not gonna lie, Alex, I'm pretty jealous. Have you ever been to England before?
Nope. I've never been off of North America, unless you count Central America.
No, we don't. Oh, actually, yeah, we do.
Well, Central America is not a continent.
Rocky
Central America is like the connection between North and South America. It's not really its own thing.
It is, though. It's got its own culture. It's very different than the U.S. It's a beautifully rich area. Yeah, I'd say that definitely counts as being outside of the United States.
Well, I've been outside of the United States. So we went on a cruise through the Caribbean, and I've also been to Canada, and spent most of the time with COVID in my hotel room. So I got...
Sounds like an amazingly wonderful, magical trip.
The most I saw of Canada was that I accidentally went to the wrong airport. And
sounds lovely.
And then had like an over an hour drive to where I was supposed to be. That was a very expensive taxi.
It's a magical story. I feel like I was there.
In my defense, I did not realize that Quebec City airport was different from like the main airport in Quebec. Like, I was supposed to go to Montreal, and I was told that the event is in Quebec. So I was like, oh, plane ticket to Quebec. And it was like, Quebec City, here you go. And I was like, sweet. And then I went, and then I was like, I'm supposed to go to this event? And they're like, oh, that's in Montreal. That's like a long drive away.
That done be far in that direction.
So like $100 taxi ride later, I was in the correct city. It was a rough trip. And then I got COVID 2 days later and was stuck in my hotel room. Anyway, so where is maybe the actual studio space has something about it. I mean, I'm probably gonna like take pictures and stuff. There'll be some selfies. I'm gonna bring Panda along. So I don't know. We'll share more about this later. I'm still the fact that I'm going just got confirmed this morning, so my brain is still a little like figuring out what's going on. Any Central Americans in the chat? Gonna let him get away with that? What's that? What Chingaverse? What is Central America is a
Chingaverse-
stepping stone to better Americas.
That's not what he said. That's taking what he said wildly out of context.
I'm saying Central America is not a continent. That's
That's what he was saying. He was saying it's not a continent on its own. It's not a separated landmass like
I've never been
South America.
I've never the statement was that I've never been off the North American continent unless you include Central America as being not part of North America. And it's the connection between the two continents, so it's kind of, is it? I don't know where they draw the line.
I think being in Central America is being off of North America, and if you've ever been, it's so wildly different. It's so wonderfully, beautifully different than like say California or Texas.
Where did I actually go? I went to Belize. That's pretty far south.
Yeah.
And yeah, Belize is on the eastern coast of Central America. That doesn't. I asked if it's North America or South America, and they're like, it's Central America. I'm like, well, fine. That's the furthest. Belize and Montreal are the furthest I've been from the United States. So
okay.
England is like a 12-hour flight, I think. So yeah, it's gonna be a trip. Go west.
I think my trip.
Oh, go west in the chat. I was like, I'm flying east if I'm going to England. I'm not going to go west. That'd be a really long flight. But no, go west is in the chat, so never mind.
I think my flight to Korea was like 20 hours.
Ooh. In one shot?
I want to say no, but I don't remember.
You weren't awake for all of it.
I love international flights. I've only been on like 3. And I really enjoy it. They feed you.
Mm-hmm.
There's movies and TV to watch.
I've always enjoyed
the food is generally pretty good. I sleep like a rock no matter what's happening. So like I get on the plane and I'm like all energized and amped. Oh, I'm going on a trip. It's going to be fun. And then I sit down and it's just like knockout.
Go West says flight home from Ireland with food poisoning is horrible. I wouldn't want to fly with food poisoning.
Any flight with food poisoning sounds like an actual nightmare, especially if you don't have an aisle seat. And
Garnican says, I hope you're staying there for a while. Yeah, should be there for probably about 5 days. Be over the weekend. Because if I went for just like the couple days around the event, like get there, go to the event, maybe spend 1 or 2 days, then come back, the plane ticket would be like $1,400 at least, or I think it was like $1,700. And if I fly in on a Thursday and leave on a Tuesday, it's like $400, which is much better. All right, it'll leave me with some money to like spend on presents and importing stuff.
He goes back to customs. They're like, do you have anything to declare? I would like to declare that I would like it if you didn't look in my suitcase too closely. It's just all chocolate bars. And they're like, senor, no.
So it'll probably be like keychains and pins and who knows what else. I was, whenever I go on a trip, one of the most fun parts for me going on a trip is finding presents to bring back for my family.
Yeah, you are just like such a good person.
A Banksy event. It would be cool if Banksy was there, but
no, not Banksy, a Pranksy. I'm sorry,
Pranksy.
I mistyped. Whoops-a-doodle.
So, yeah, Hoddle, Pranksy's doing a gallery opening in London, and I'm gonna try to go with Panda and Seb, maybe. So we'll see.
Garnican brings up a very good point. They say you are visiting a coworker for an NFT event. Maybe you can make an epic tax deduction. And if you visit the Sandbox office, it could be considered a work trip. I would advise you looking into that. It's great advice. Talk work, do some work while you're there, and make it a work trip.
I have I've tried itemizing before, and I've never found itemizing my taxes to give me a bigger deduction than taking the standard deduction. So it's usually like 8 hours of work, like calculating a bunch of things for it to go like, you'd get like $300 more on your return if you just take the standard deduction. I go, that was a waste.
Fair
um,
enough.
all right. Might need a different visa if you say you're going for work. Uh, See, now that's the stuff that I need to look into that I haven't yet. I don't. Do I need a visa for just a couple days visit?
I
I
don't
have a
believe so.
passport.
I mean, when I went to Korea, I had to get it was you basically you let them know why I had to apply to enter the country.
Hmm.
I don't remember what the website was, but you literally go on this website and you tell them where you're going,
Hmm.
how long you're going there for, when you're entering, when you're leaving, planned date of arrival, planned date of departure, and like a phone number for the hotel you're staying at. They just want to know that you're coming for fun. And within 3 hours of putting in the application, I had an email back saying, "All right, you're good to go. Thank you for letting us know."
Hmm.
And I needed an up-to-date passport and to fill out that. So just
Yeah.
look into. I would go on like say ChatGPT or something and ask it, "What do I need to do to enter this country? Is there any special requirements? Do I have to fill out any forms just to go for a fun trip?" And it'll let you know.
I'm not sure I trust Chat GPT, but I know how to look up like you know UK stuff. I mean, I did the same when I went to Canada. Just like made sure that all my ducks were in a row, and yeah, it was easy. Besides the COVID part. What you don't need to apply for a visa for is traveling to different lands in the sandbox. So we've got
One of the many benefits.
this land sale going on. So this is the first part of, I believe, a 3-part land sale. And this first part is the Defenders District of Adventure World. It's going on for 5.5 more days. There's a bunch of premium lands and a bunch of regular lands, and everybody who gets a regular land is going to be getting a t-shirt. Yeah, I don't know if it says it on this page anywhere. Oh, here we go.
I believe it's specifically the land sale website.
No, it's on here. Purchase any land for a Defender District t-shirt and an Attack on Titan premium land to receive an additional Attack on Titan in-game character asset pack and in real life Attack on Titan original t-shirt. So that's pretty cool. There's 75 standard lands, 7 Attack on Titan premium lands, and 7 lands auctioned. Is it 7 lands or 7 estates? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm seeing 2 3x3s, which is 18. So I think they mean 7 estates for auction.
Huddle Hill says she bought one yesterday, and that's wonderful. Huddle, did you purchase a premium or a regular? What booty should you be expecting in the mail? Regular shirt or premium shirt plus regular shirt?
All right, so you can check out the land sale link here. Huddle got a regular. I applied for that because the link to register for land purchase linked to the Attack on Titan t-shirt. I'm a little confused. Everything that I saw mentioned both. So the Attack on Titan t-shirt, I feel like it said that there was only 5 of them, and that that's a
like a drawing for people that
yeah.
Purchase? Okay.
I feel like
that makes it super exclusive.
Because it does mention here that it doesn't mention that it's a chance to get the shirt. It just mentions getting the shirt. But I think I remember on the Medium article that it was a chance to get the shirt. Let me double check that. You guys are the best. It was a drawing. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just want to double check the rules and info. There we go. Here's the Medium article. And we're just gonna search for a shirt.
You know, A second ago, the Kachingaverse was kind of trolling us, and now they're saying we're the best. Kind of feel like you're flip flopping a little here. Pick a
I mean,
lane,
I'll
my
take
friend.
it. I'll take it. Those who register in advance will be entered into a giveaway for the chance to win original. Okay, this is separate. This is separate. Those who register in advance will be entered into a giveaway for the chance to win original T-shirts or exclusive Attack on Titan and the Sandbox art prints. So I believe all regular landowners get the district shirt, and all premium landowners get the district shirt and the Attack on Titan shirt. And then people who registered in advance are entered into a giveaway for this other stuff.
Attack on Titan X the Sandbox art prints?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. I know. I need it for my office wall, but I don't know. Maybe maybe I'll see what I can get when I'm in Paris.
How did I miss the part about the art prints? Dang it!
I mean, I read that part out loud when we mentioned this on stream before, but I think I missed that was just part of the registration, and then all of this stuff was guaranteed as part of the land sale.
There's so much stuff going on in stream. Paying attention to the chat, and all the forms, and the little things, and the programs, and microphone, and the camera, and kitty, and the doggy, and you know it is. Sometimes you miss a few notes here and there.
All right, so, and that would be why it wasn't mentioned on the actual land sale page, because the land sale is live. It's too late to register for it. So that I don't know if the drawing's already been done, if the winners have been announced. I'm not sure. Benny and the Jets. What?
Benny and the Jets. I don't know. I'm guessing it had something to do with me talking about kitties and doggies. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. All right. So there is one more thing.
And this is something I'm a big fan of, so I'm really glad you're getting to it, because if you didn't, I was going to scream about it.
There's actually two more things, but I think this is the one that I don't know which one you're excited about. The Cipriani VoxEdit poster contest is going on. Is that what you were so excited about?
I love VoxEdit poster contests because I mean the first one was like a Mad Balls one, I think, or maybe was that the second one? I don't know how many.
It was one of the early ones. Yeah, I don't remember what the first one was.
Really fun stuff.
I feel like the first one had like a Halloween theme to it, and it might have been Mad Balls, but it might have been something else. Nah, I don't remember. Anyway, Cipriani is the theme for this poster contest. Cipriani is a famous restaurant in somewhere in Italy. I think.
Italy?
Does it say? We got all the judging criteria. Doing my thing of just scanning through and not actually reading the whole thing out loud. Yeah, I don't actually see it mentioning where they are. I think they're in like Venice or something. Let me look it up. Cipriani restaurant. It's an Italian hotel and leisure company located in Luxembourg. And it includes it's multiple places. It includes Harry's Bar in Venice and formerly the Rainbow Room in New York City. Founded in 1931. And they are famous for creating the Bellini. But it's not the only thing that they're famous for. They also created, I'm going to say it wrong. Hold on, let me just look how it's spelled. I think it's Carpaccio, which is I think it's a fish food, right? It's a dish of thinly sliced raw meat or fish that's typically served as an appetizer.
I've always had it as like a beef carpaccio. I've never actually had it any other way, so I didn't know it could be done as fish.
Yeah.
But I guess that makes sense because like sashimi is a thing.
Yeah, traditionally it's beef, olive oil, lemon juice, capers, and onions.
Sounds about right.
And it looks it's I don't know. I'd be
It's
willing to
usually
try it.
it's really thinly sliced.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me mad because I'm like, where's my food? I eat it. I'm like, oh, that's delicious. Where's my food?
Mm. Um. So anyway, the poster contest. The theme, we're asking you to create a poster that captures the spirit of Cipriani. Use VoxEdit to blend voxel art with other mediums similar to Photoshop to create a refined luxury poster that captivates the elegance and modern appeal of Cipriani. Don't forget to add Bellinis.
I'm this is wildly different than the Mad Balls poster contest.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that because I'm really curious to see what people are going to do with like a food theme.
I think it would be cool. There's an artist who's not in the sandbox, but she is a voxel artist.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see some people take inspiration from her.
See, one of the reasons I was so excited about this is because of you. And like when we were going through that experience the other day where you were commenting on the kitchen and how it looked used and lived in, and you liked that because it gave that homey feel to it, that kind of got me thinking about this VoxEdit poster contest. And I was like, I really hope we see some entries that kind of look, lived in.
Mm-hmm.
Like my grandmother's kitchen is what I'm thinking of right now. And it was lived in, and it was filled with love, and it was filled with cooking implements, but it was you looked at it and you knew somebody was there that loved to be there. And I just kind of I'm just kind of hoping that we see some entries that come out of this that just look like they're having fun with it and they're drawing from personal experiences, because it's going to be, I said, so different from the Mad Balls contest. I really don't know what to expect, but I know a theme that I have in my head and I'm looking forward to it. And this is beautiful.
Yeah, so this is at Mad Maraca on Twitter, Mari, and she's been a acquaintance friend. I think she's really good friends with Voxel Bunny, and I just kind of am acquainted with Mari. We've had a few conversations before, but it's not like the way I know Panda. Hey Panda, it's the amazing duo Alex and Lucas. Woo! Hey Panda. So yeah, anyway, she does really amazing artwork. She mints a lot of this stuff and sells it, I think, on either Super Rare or Foundation, one of those. And she does these renders in Magica Voxel. I think she works exclusively in Magica Voxel, or mostly in Magica Voxel. And most of this stuff is rendered totally, like, this isn't photoshopped in, these reflections. This is part of the engine. All these details in the water and stuff, that's all just what you can do with those rendering tools. So she does these amazing artworks. Let me see if I can find other examples. So I would love to see people doing stuff kind of like that. You should just give her a follow because she does really good artwork.
You want to drop a link to her X in the chat?
Just did.
Also, we do have a question
Mm-hmm.
from the Kachingaverse regarding HUDs.
Okay.
The question is, what does building a HUD mean? Isn't the HUD automatic? So I think they're asking for clarification on what we're planning on attempting today.
So it's not, the HUD's not automatic. You do have to set it up the way that you want it. But it's more about giving controls to the players so that way they can choose how much detail they want on the HUD. So we'll go through all of it. But you can have you can set like the view distance on certain items, not the items, but the words that float above it that say, hey, this thing's over here. You can make it so that way it can be seen through walls or not. You can make it so that way it's visible from a further distance. And I want to see if we can use the keyboard controls that we have now to let players pick if they want to see all the things or make it a simplified version where they don't have so many things up on the screen. So it's just a little
Choose your own
experimentation today.
adventure.
Yeah, sort of. So anyway, yeah, give her a follow. This is more of her artwork. This is all voxel stuff. I think these clouds this is probably like a photoshopped in cloud background, and then the light. I don't think that light is from Magic of Voxel, but just
it's beautiful.
Really, really great artwork.
I really like the one on the right. I mean, I like it all, but that the buildings built into the side of the cliff with the plants overgrowing that's a really cool look. That's a vibe right there.
Yeah, it makes me want to go Indiana Jones and adventure through this space. She does a lot of like temple ruins, and she also in the past has done a lot of like kind of Middle Eastern inspired buildings. Not just necessarily the Middle East, but like, you know, Turkey and like North Africa and that kind of architectural style, with like courtyards and pools in them and stuff. She does really, really good art. So give her a follow. Did I share the Cipriani medium thing? I don't think I did. That was the whole reason that I brought this up, was just because I was trying to give some visual inspiration. I mean, do whatever you want with it. It's your entry to the contest. But I think if you're going to take inspiration from somebody, she's a good person to start with.
I like that. I love that, because like I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing the entries for this. So yeah, giving people a little bit of a stepping stone into the contest, I think it's a great idea.
So exciting prizes: you could win sand, the ability to mint and sell your assets, NFT prizes, and other prizes from IPs. The exact prizes: 8,000 sand will be split among the top entries in the following ways. First place, 2,500 sand. Second place, 2,000 sand. Third place, 1,250 sand. Fourth to 10th place, 250 sand each. And a participation prize of 15 sand. Sand prizes will be sent on the Polygon network. Limited. The participation prize is limited to the first 100 submissions outside of the top 10. KYC is needed to place in the top 3. 4th through 10th place can earn rewards without KYC. And they've got the verified creator info there. Submission deadline. Submissions opened on the 25th. Deadline is October 15th at 11:59 p.m. UTC. And results will be announced on October 31st, Halloween.
Did you see Panda's question?
Yep. For the people that might not understand, could you explain what other mediums means for making a voxel poster using VoxEdit and other mediums? Oh, yeah, so we mentioned it at the top, using Photoshop or with other mediums similar to Photoshop. So you want to create your voxel art in VoxEdit, and that can be, you know, the base modeling of getting all your voxels in a row, as well as using the animation tool, not to make an animation because you're making a poster, but to rig and pose and rotate things. From there, you can either take a screenshot and bring it into other software, or you'll get better results if you use a rendering tool. So you can export from VoxEdit. So when you get something in VoxEdit, like like this Kamisazi duck, you can hit File, Export, and export to OBJ, DAE, or GLTF. You'll want to use whatever software your rendering tool uses. I would recommend GLTF, and then a tool like Light Tracer. Light Tracer is really good. Blender is also really good. Blender is like... It's like using the full power of the United States military against an ant, like when it comes to rendering some of this stuff. So
what did the ant do?
Sorry, we got a little choppy because it was rendering. This is a 3D model that Light Tracer just rendered. Like it did this just now, and we got a little choppy because my GPU was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" But this looks really good, right? we can rotate it, and you can see it's actually a 3D model. And so I really like Light Tracer. You can see it's doing all these cool reflections of the actual things in there. So you throw your voxel models into something like this, and Light Tracer is nice because it's really fast and easy to set up. It's not totally free like Blender is, but Blender is like a lot of learning. Light Tracer, I was able to pick up basically everything that you can do in it in a couple hours. Blender is like a lifelong learning process for everything that's in there.
Oh wow.
It's a full, professional tool. Some people have made some really professional work in it, so it's got a lot to it. But Light Tracer, you can adjust your depth of field and your camera settings. You can do all sorts of cool stuff with it. Can we focus a little bit? There we
Quick comment for you.
Mm-hmm.
As you're talking, is the ring of light on your microphone changing?
Yeah.
I would suggest setting that to a steady.
Is it
To something
distracting?
steady. No, what's happening is when you're doing it, it's causing everything around it to kind of like fade out. It's causing like blurry spots to pop up on your screen while whenever it goes like to one specific color. I'm not sure if it's a green or a yellow or something, but
So
it's
it's default to blue, and it goes to yellow, so it transitions through green in that process.
when it's hitting green, it's causing everything else around it to like blur out.
We can just we can do that.
Now it's just a steady, like every once in a while, it's doing the same thing, but it's much more.
Well, because it's hitting green,
Small.
so the green screen's
Yeah.
activating for that color.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Gradient, what if I set it to... It's actually set to go to orange, but what if I set it to, like, red, and then... There we go. Now it's not hitting green in the middle there.
Okay, cool.
All right. So... anyway. The, Light Tracer, where was I going with all this? Oh, so once you've rendered it out in Light Tracer, you can take it into software like Photoshop. There's lots of Photoshop alternatives out there that are not nearly as expensive. And I don't really have any recommendations because I've been using Photoshop since college, like professionally. So
he's a pro.
I'm a bit rusty in Photoshop actually because I just haven't been using it that much lately.
He's a pro.
But I haven't experimented with the other options that are out there. I did use GIMP, which is a free Photoshop alternative that's been around for a real long time. I used that back in high school, so you could definitely try something like that. What you might want to do if you're rendering something out in Light Tracer, you can actually disable the background. Let's see. So this option backplate here. Let me see if I can I move this? I can't move.
So Panda's asking, it's called what now? And she's having the exact same reaction to the first time I heard about GIMP. It is a real program. It is free, and it is very similar to Photoshop. But that being said, I had the exact same reaction the first time I heard about it. It's pretty wonderful.
The GNU or GNU image manipulation program. And GNU is the the acronym for GNU is the GNU oh gosh, I can't remember.
So what Alex is saying is they tried really hard to find an acronym that would spell out GIMP. And they succeeded, and it's free, so I don't think there's anything we can really do about it. Or,
So,
I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna go a step further, and there's nothing I want to do about it. I think it's wonderful.
so GNU stands for News Not Unix. So it uses its name in its acronym. It's recursive, so it just keeps on repeating.
My brain just imploded.
All right. Anyway, lots of image manipulation tools out there. What you can do in Light Tracer, and you can do this in Blender also. Although I don't remember off the top of my head how to do it in Blender because I've barely used Blender since I started using Light Tracer. We can go to this backplate option here. It's above my head, and set it to blank. And see how it's got this checkered background. If we export this to a PNG, everything will be clear. So we can put it over different backgrounds.
Will it also include a shadow in the PNG, or no?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So like if I render this out for a few seconds, it gets all nice
Beep,
and
boop,
shiny. And then I can hit export image as a PNG. And we'll save it there. I don't know if this will work in Paint. We can try it. If I grab this image. Where'd it go? I just saved it. And now I don't see it. Oh, here it is. It was hard to see because it was clear. Oops.
I mean, that makes sense.
So yeah, you can. Well, I mean, you can see over the gray background here. So it is clear. Can I copy the image and then paste it? Nope. But you can see more clearly all the data. So there is like all this other, lighting and darkness and stuff going on in there. If you were to put it in a program like Photoshop, you'd be able to layer it with the transparency and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, a little impromptu VoxEdit tutorial. We're doing a giveaway today.
Would you like to?
I mean, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Then the answer is yes. Yes, we are.
All right. So there's other rules. Check out the link from the chat, and it's got all the rules related to how the VoxEdit contest is judged. And now we're jumping back into the Game Maker. So
for the HUD talk.
Yeah, for the HUD talk. So first we got to put some items that will be our things that we're finding here. And actually, we can use the duck. We're going to put it in here. We're going to give it a little pedestal. And these are minted, but I don't know if the mint has finalized yet. Well, sometimes on the Sandbox, when you mint the item, there could be a delay before the dashboard actually goes, hey, here they are. They're on OpenSea. You can check them out now. Go to my wallet, and there should be 100 ducks in there.
Really excited, or I really enjoy the the beard on your duck, the stubble, and two, the little Clark Kent type curl almost thing that's going on for the front of the hair. That is so well done. I'm
It's been the
assuming you
signature
made
part
that.
of my. Yeah, it's been the signature part of my hairstyle for a long time. It's so I used the model that I have for myself, Pumpkin Spice Alex.
I mean, obviously.
And I used the same palette. So I didn't do the bags under the eyes, but I felt like the eyes of the duck are kind of like iconic, the way those eyes look. So I decided to leave them, but I made sure to match the colors of the jeans and the little stubble. You can't really do a mustache on a duck. It doesn't work. Like it's
You tried. That's the voice of someone who's tried.
I tried putting the mustache up here, and it just looked like it had like chocolate on its nose or something. It just didn't. It's too small. If it was like a real fully detailed duck and you did a little mustache on the end, it might be okay. But at this resolution, it was just one of those details. I was like, I have to sacrifice that.
You know what? I feel like you did okay.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. It's even got the little hoodie pockets and the little pull strings. I also sacrificed the zipper. Just because this
is a hoodie. You're wearing a zip up hoodie. This is just a pullover hoodie. You know what?
Yeah,
they're still hoodies.
And there is actually a hood too. Well, you can't really see it, but this little detail here is supposed to be the hood, but it's under the hair, so you can't really tell.
I assumed it had a hood. Maybe that's on me. Maybe I should stop making assumptions.
It's got the little back pockets on the jeans.
It's wonderful.
Panda says, Lucas, I need to send you half the ducks. Get them to you next week. All right. So, for our heads-up display, we're going to add a component. We're going to add a indicator. We're going to make it multiplayer because we want to be able to switch this using the rules system, and rules play better with multiplayer messages. And we're going to just call it a duck. And edit logic. We're going to... Let's go ahead and give it a quest cursor. We need to make a quest first.
Is the quest going to be find the duck?
It's the exact words I was going to put in here. Find the duck.
I'm in your head. No getting me out.
All right. It's going to auto unlock.
Earlier, you brought up a giveaway. Do you want me to drop the form for that?
Sure. One Box T says, I need to make an impossible ducky. What makes it impossible?
That's
it has
a great
lighter
question.
In its pocket too. I don't use lighters, really. Like,
so why does your duck have one in its pocket?
Yeah, I don't know. It's something that I have used them on candles.
I don't believe you.
But it's not a thing. you don't believe
laser vision.
I was like, wait, you don't believe I've used a lighter to light a candle?
Nope.
That's the one thing I decided to lie about was.
Yep. I'm calling you on it.
All right. The impossible ducky needs to be a chicken, says Panda. Wait a minute. I mean, yeah, you use the form factor of the duck, but color it like a chicken. It could be pretty funny. Give it a little comb. All right. So we're gonna do wait for message. Message to receive is gonna be interact. No, not interact. Duck. Can we use an exclamation point in a message? We can.
I mean, if you can dream it. You can achieve it.
All right. And then we're going to do message broadcaster. Duck.
Oh no, one box. Your impossible duck does not need to be a chicken. Your impossible duck needs to be a goose.
Why a goose?
So people can play Duck Duck Goose, obviously.
Kachinkover said you can use emoticons in a message. Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Sandbox creator account recently retweeted a tweet or a post from Cyberdragon where he went over that. 1 second. I will pull it up and drop it in the chat for everyone. That
But
way Alex can see it too.
I can't see what they are, though.
You can actually, if you look at it. He describes it in the tweet. If you just pull the tweet up on stream real quick.
Did you know that you can use sprites inside of Game Maker? There are 37 that work. Just use sprite equals 1 in any text display behavior or component display in game. Oh. Wait.
Hey
that's
guys,
not a message,
what we just
though.
saw. Oh.
That's the...
I was about to say something cocky.
That's
I know something Alex doesn't know. Yeah.
Well, it's
right.
So I mean we can make that part of our display name. So we can do duck, and then we can do, what was it? Sprite equals 1. So what it's doing there, sprite equals 1, it's basically inserting Unity code into this display. So
sprite equals 1 is the
okay. Turn on. You could also, I wonder if you do sprite equals true. Sprite equals
what would true mean?
The same as 1, just on. And then.
So why not just put 1? What's the difference between 1 and true?
I want to see if it works.
I can respect that. You're a madman, but I can respect that.
Okay, nope, that did not work.
Alex is out here playing fast and loose with the rules, everyone.
So let's try sprite equals 1.
Fast and loose.
Oh, well, it's not a duck. it's an okay.
So I said it was going to be. Number 1 was the okay.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I was using the actual Windows. I didn't. So okay, I get it. I thought this was just to activate the thing. I didn't realize it was actually showing the sprite.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was using Windows. Can you see this on screen when I do this?
Mm-hmm.
If I do, if you do Windows key period, it brings up the emoji keyboard basically.
Oh, if you also, oh yeah. So Windows key period. If you right click on your mouse, it'll bring up that little window of options, and the emoji is the top of that list.
I don't see that.
So go to like a text option or go somewhere else. You're bringing up something for
win period. Okay. I don't think that was always there. At least I think it's been there for a while. But I think the Windows period was there before it was on the context menu. But yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, I think it was Windows 10 that they added the emoji into Windows as
definitely
default.
Wasn't Vista.
No, no.
Nothing good came from that. Nothing.
Yeah. So I misunderstood what the number was for. Oh, did I just close? I just closed the whole thing. Oops. I misunderstood what the number was for. I thought the number was just saying sprite equals true, meaning like use emojis in this text box, and then I could use whatever emoji I wanted. I didn't realize that.
I was so confused by that true thing. I was like, I don't know what he's doing, but that's not one of the options.
Right. So it's sprite equals, and then it's whatever the sprites are that come built into the engine, which is kind of a
1 through
random
37.
list of emojis here. I don't know why
Ooh, do
this
an experiment.
list.
Try 38. Wonder if it'll go past 37 or if there's just these 37 options. Because if so, that's wild. Because number 29, for example, is a thumbs down, but there's no thumbs up.
Well, we'll see. Nope. Denied.
That is a negative world that we're living in right now.
What if we try a negative number?
Oh, thinking outside the box. 69 is not a negative number, Alex. You need to be negative 69.
Dude. You're seeing things in the past.
Yeah.
Wonder. Oh, it still works with leading zeros. So interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if any of them are named. Be like
Thumbs down. Frown. Yawn. Pray.
nope.
Mike. But there is no thumbs up, Alex. There's no thumbs up.
We're trying to find it.
I appreciate that. Looking for
And
the good
what's-
in the world.
34 is like this weird dancing thing. These are just really random, whatever they are.
It's probably a starter list. They were like, "Can we do this? Let's you do a random number of these." And like, "How many should we do?" And they're like, "Do 38 of them, Ed." And he's like, "All right, I'll do it." And he did the 38, and more will come later. You know, thanks to Ed.
Oh, okay. Large does not work. 34. Hey, it's a little bit bigger. Let's go way bigger.
Ian, the IT guy says, type just the number. Are those carrots? What are the outside the barriers on those called?
Carrots.
It says carat 34 carat. 34 carat. 34 carat gold.
You don't have to put size. Do you have to do the? Do you have to do the closing?
Yeah, you have to close it. Oh, actually, I don't know. Oh, that made it bigger in there.
This is weird. It's still there. It's just
Yeah.
So we do-
72.
but it's not as big as 72. It's just bigger than the default text. That's weird. Ian, the IT guy, was this just like a trying it out, or is this something that you like knew that would work? Typing just the number doesn't seem to work. Unless I'm doing the closing incorrectly. Oh, just trying it out. Just using me for experimenting. Instead.
Hey, you know what? You're already experimenting, Alex. It's okay. If you're in the middle of like some complex process that you've been planning out for a long time, then I'd take umbrage with it. But nah, it's cool.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna remove the sprite though, because none of them are a duck. Wait. We could do.
That's fair. That is fair.
I think it's supposed to be holding a phone. They could be like, "This is where you pick up the duck." maybe. All right.
Ooh.
No sprite.
You know what? Just start putting random ones in there to confuse people. They're like, what does it mean? And in all actuality, it means nothing.
Ooh, what you could do, you could
Exactly what I just said.
you could use a bunch of these emoji as a alphanumeric code. So like the 1 would be an A and the 2 would be a B.
Okay.
And so use this as
Okay.
an
I see what you're
alphabet,
saying.
as like
At least you have 26
hieroglyphics.
numbers. Yeah. I love that.
Somebody could just be talking in hieroglyphics. You go to talk to somebody and they're like, kissy face, praying hands, muscles. Or, you know, I don't know what I spelled just now, but my brain doesn't work that fast.
You spelled
But
something wildly dirty. Stop it.
I think I listed 3 random consonants.
So he says.
Is the duck minted yet? It does not seem to be minted. I'm wondering if I'm running into the same issue that Andy had, where they minted something and the dashboard is just like, nah, it's not minted.
Nah.
It's not in my workspace or in my wallet yet, which is interesting. It's caught between worlds at the moment, it seems. All right, so we are sending this message duck, and we are going to interact. In order to make it send that. And we'll just make sure that that clears. Hey, it did. Cool. All right. So we've got our indicator here, and we want to give it a quest objective. Find the duck. And display distance. Sure, we can turn that on. List defines the distance which the information becomes visible. So at 40 meters, we see, oh, interesting. That contradicts. Because it does show, wait, why does it go? Oh, it's like reversed. So, okay. This isn't the way that I thought this would work. I thought that it would display the distance when you got closer. It displays your distance when you're further away. So, you can see the duck label at 40 meters, and until you get to 20 meters, it will display the distance. So when you're like 5 meters away, you don't need to know that you're 5 meters away from the duck, because the duck is going to be like right there. So we go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and gone. And it's I don't know if you can see it right above the C in duck. There's a little number. So unfortunately, that doesn't work well with the formatting. So we're just going to get rid of the sizing there. There we go. And now we can see that. Now,
One Box B says, Alex, I sent you a DM in Slack. That will be the cipher I will use in my EXPs. So you caused this. Now you made that bed. Now sleep in it.
I just like using Sanskrit because I think it's
Wonderful.
It's readable still. Although when last Halloween we had Belphegor's Ball with a few updates, and I added a tombstone kind of thing, or it was just like a little monolith, and it had Sanskrit on it, but it was ciphered, so you needed to use a is it a Caesar cipher or I can't remember what it's called, but it's where you replace a letter, like you do an offset. So if you do it with a 3, then an A would become a C because you're going 3 spaces off of A, and then yeah, usually that cipher. It's not. There's another word for not when it's a cipher, but it's a
Codex.
Not an anagram. Just when you choose like random letters, but you always say a B becomes a Z, and a C becomes a G or whatever, and they're not all like in an order. The point with the cipher is that you could use like a decoding ring where you twist one ring and it lines up to whatever the letter is, so they're always in the same order. Does that make sense?
Cryptograph.
Well, I'm just saying like what the cipher is versus like other ways of scrambling the letters. It doesn't matter. So we did this little puzzle. I think I should still actually no, it'd be in the Wiziverse account, the council account. So yeah, I used a combination of those things, and I think I had to give a lot of hints because people didn't figure it out. All right, so we got this display interaction. Sure, interact. Linked quest ID, find the duck. So the linked quest ID is the thing that we don't really use yet. It might do some stuff on the back end related to like EP, but it's not something that most users need to worry about at this time. But I like putting it in there anyway, just because I like filling out all the boxes.
Feels warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
All right, so we're enabling like all the things. And that works. So what we might not like is if we've got a whole bunch of different quests going on, it might feel like we're being surrounded by a whole ton of different things happening. So what we could do is potentially disable this indicator. Now, we can't really disable it. There's no options in here to turn it on and off, and using the toggle doesn't work because it's a component. The toggle component only affects the behavior. It doesn't affect the other components. All the components, when you toggle off, still run. So what we could do is we could actually spawn and despawn this. So let's say let's duplicate it, and we're gonna make a preset of it, and this is going to be oh wait, we need a plant behavior or plant component. So we're going to use the plant component to destroy this object, and we're going to swap it whenever we hit, say, like the number 1 key. So we're gonna hide and reveal it. Message to destroy. Let's not have it be kill. We're gonna just say HUD off.
Kill, destroy.
HUD off is going to be that. And I think, could I have it drop itself as loot? So we're gonna, I think we could have it loot itself, basically. So let's add a loot component. Oh, wait. Is it called loot? What is it called? Drop. It's called drop.
Drop. drop.
Drop
Did that make anybody else think of the
condition.
Beastie Boys?
What?
When you said drop, that made me think of the Beastie Boys.
I
One
know
word.
some Beastie Boys songs, but I don't know that specific part.
Fair enough. It's literally one word, so I'm not gonna hold it too.
It's
hold
like
you
me
to the
with
fire on that one.
420. It's just a reference that like sticks in my head to something specific.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, have a good one. One box tea. See you later. And hi 96 namesake. Namsy.
I don't know. I keep thinking about the 420 thing now, and now every time I see it, you got that stuck in my head.
Like
the other day, I don't know why my wife had called me in the middle of the day. She was at work, I was at work, or whatever, and she called me right at like 4:15 or whatever. We were talking for a few minutes, and 420 rolled around and went 420, and she just stopped and she was just like, "What was that?" Now you have Alex to thank for this. I will send you the link, and that is all. And she was like, "Okay, we got another one. Good to know." And she says another one. She means another thing that I randomly scream out at moments where it has no bearing on anything else.
For those of you who don't know, me saying a high pitch like that is a reference to the movie Neighbors with, was it Seth Rogen and I can't remember who else is in that. The other Franco brother, the younger one. I don't remember his first name.
Zac Efron.
Oh, wait. Yeah,
I'm looking at the
I think
poster right now.
Zac
Seth
Efron's in
Rogen,
there.
Zac Efron.
Isn't the younger Franco brother in there also? I feel like he's
no
like
idea.
Zac Efron's best friend or something.
1 second, let me see.
But there's there's like a vault in this frat house, and the door code is 420. And when they show, I think they were doing like a montage, and they're talking about their security, and their super hard to guess code for this door is 420. And there's like fireworks on the screen, and it just sticks in my brain.
Because security is important. And yes, Dave Franco is in the movie.
Dave Franco, that's what his name is.
There's a Dave. Who knew?
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of movies.
Who knew?
Me, I knew. I just didn't know his name. All right. So we're gonna do no offset, no delay. We're gonna use a preset, and we're gonna duplicate the duck, and we're gonna change this to HUD on. Actually, I don't think we need to use a different message. We can just use HUD off because it's just going to cycle it. We don't have to make it overly complicated.
Okay. I like it when things are easier.
Yep.
Helps my simple brain.
I don't know if... I don't think using the plant behavior counts as a death. Let's see. I want to do an experiment here real quick. So we're going to use plant and interact. We're going to interact with this tree to make it disappear and maybe make it drop something.
Wait. You're going to cut down the tree?
We're just going to interact with it. Okay. Oh, it does work. Ah! Yeah! That way I don't have to use the health component. Because health components are better now that you can Oh, I've got a story. Panda, are you still here? Are you going to be upset if I roast you and Joe for a second?
No.
Oh, she said she's cool with it. Go for it.
I'll wait a second. Remind me to tell this story. Just say health component, and I'll be like, oh yeah. But the cool thing with the health component now is that there's the option, which there wasn't before, to disable damage, but it's not invincible. So immune to attacks, this one right here. So it used to be that this was invincible. And if you turned on invincible, the health component did nothing. Like,
Okay.
you there was nothing you could do to damage, and whoa, there was like a weird delay on your Discord video, and when you said okay, you went like and like it fast forwarded you for a second. And that was really, it looked like max headroom for a second.
Okay.
Lucas is like, I'm into this.
So
Panda says
apparently
that's
there's two PandaPops in the chat. I don't know what's happening.
Panda, can I won't go into too many details, but I want to mention the thing that made
Health
me
component.
call you and Joe vicious animals or something like that. I can't remember what I called you.
See, she said go for it. Like I said, she said. I mean, like she already said.
It's just some light roasting, just like a lightly toasted marshmallow. Nobody tell her that but I've always incinerated every single marshmallow I've ever toasted.
Oh no.
All right. So
You gonna tell us the story or no?
I'm gonna let it hang out there for a little bit. So
Okay.
immune to attacks is better because it means that you can do the instant death message, and you can use damage and heal messages to manipulate the health. But physical attacks from players using their weapons will not hurt the item. So that's good if you want to have some sort of like magic mechanic or area of effect damage, or anything like that impact the health, or even just using the instant death message, because making them invincible just meant instant death was impossible. So it really felt pointless to have invincible turned on the health. But now immune to attacks is much better functioning. However, we don't need to do any of that. We're going to be using drop. Okay, Panda hasn't said no yet. So
She said yes.
I didn't see
She said
her.
tell it. She said, oh yeah, go for it. That was hilarious.
Where did you see that?
On Twitch? Oh, this is Twitch, right? Yeah, Twitch.
It didn't come through for me. Like I
One
don't
second.
see
I
it.
will the
Okay, I
restream
see
chat's acting really weird.
Yeah, I see it on the regular Twitch chat now that I'm looking, but I didn't see it on no, it's okay. I see it now, Panda. So somebody in we were testing a game for somebody, and I'm not gonna explain which game this was. But they had a mechanic. Actually, I think people will be able to figure out if I tell the story.
So maybe you should stop talking.
Panda, this game was previously released, right? Like this mechanic existed before in the game, in like a previous event or season. I'm not like giving away something that.
So much secrecy right now.
I know. Panda says, I don't think so. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to have to tell the story later.
Okay.
But skipping all of the plot that makes it funny, basically Panda and Joe just like destroyed something instead of doing what the instructions said to do, but it worked anyway. So
Okay. They were thinking outside the box.
yeah. I feel like I don't know if it was.
Oh, Thinking outside the Vox.
Oh, is that our podcast name?
Oh. Oh. That's what I call teamwork right there.
All right. No, I haven't. We're not doing a pod. That's what this stream is basically. It's our podcast with how much we talk about random junk. Because I feel like if we try to make a podcast to talk about random stuff, we will do that, but it won't stop us from talking about random stuff here because that just is going to happen anyway.
Truth.
I'm not going to be able to compartmentalize the random thoughts that enter my head. All right, so we've got this duck and we've got this duck. We should label them. So Kamisazi duck HUD on and HUD off. All right. This one. Oh, wait. Indicator. Okay, we're going to get rid of the indicator on the HUD off copy. And so we need to make these presets, but we're going to need to update them because part of the preset is mentioning that the other preset exists. And so we're kind of like an Ouroboros without a tail, just trying to we're trying to make things out of nothing. So an Ouroboros is the snake eating its tail. We're an Ouroboros without a tail right now, so there's nothing for us to eat yet.
She's just going hungry.
Right, yeah. Well, we're chasing. We're more like a dog chasing our tail instead of an Ouroboros eating its tail, because I need to, in this one, I need to say that this preset exists, and in this one, I need to say that this preset exists, but neither preset exists yet. And if I make them, I just have to make them and then update them. It's fine. The presets don't exist yet, but they will in a second. All right, drop conditions, death. We're going to use the preset. That doesn't exist. I think that's all the info that we needed in there. And then this is the same thing, just without the indicator component. Let's save. Do people use their Twitch points anymore?
Yeah, every once in a while.
I forgot to check if we had like save on and stuff, because sometimes that stuff is off by default.
We do not have save on, but you can get Panda Head in a jar, Panda Head Light in a jar.
Ooh, Ghost of Mars just redeemed an Oak Wizard Staff for 10,000 channel points.
Well timed, Ghost of Mars. Well timed. Also, nice to see you.
All right, so we are going to make a preset here with the HUD off version. Create new.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see. You see this all the time in other artistic mediums. You see collaborations between different artists. I'd like to start seeing some collaborations between like artists in the sandbox. Like,
yeah, I mean they do happen. I think sometimes I don't always know all the details. So I know like AU24K has done a whole bunch of different armor sets. There's like the Batman armor set, and
but I thought they were his armor set that other people gave him the idea for. I'm talking about like two artists actually working on one piece of art, like both contributing to that art being made. Like,
I'm sure
I'd love to see an asset created by, let's say, Ghost of Mars and Hedong teaming up. Like, that would be amazing. Or it would be absolute chaos and everything would burn to the ground. I don't know. That's the fun of it.
So, I mean, there have been assets that I've collaborated on with people, but it's kind of like behind the scenes because working in staff, working with staff, sometimes we have to collaborate on something because, you know, somebody was working on something, they finished it, they go on vacation, and then it's like, there's something wrong with this, and we need it for this experience. It needs to be fixed. And sometimes it's as simple as just like updating the animations for like an NPC or something. But There's one asset I can think of specifically that I collaborated on with another artist, and it is the, I don't think it's called the Batmobile, but it's the Batcountry convertible from Avenged Sevenfold. Because I had already made, well, I guess the bat was a collaboration too. So the little brown and black bat animals that I made, I did the modeling for those, but then our lead animator Giovanni did all the animation for them.
Okay.
So that was a collaboration, and he, Giovanni doesn't get enough credit because there's so much that he's animated that just exists in the sandbox that like you'd probably not know unless, I mean, you can kind of like assume that he did it, but probably he's not as visible to a lot of people, so he deserves a lot of credit for the animations. So that's where that asset started, and that was before we started working with Avenged Sevenfold. And then when the Avenged Sevenfold project came along, Vlad from the staff artists did the actual convertible part and the big wings, and he used my bat asset as all the little bats that are flying around it.
Nice.
So yeah, so we kind of like were handing off the parts, and yeah, it worked out well. I am Nagul says I have made many assets with Laylee for VoxEdit contests, and we won for all of them. Wow.
Oh dang, that's a big number. I mean, unless you only entered once, then it's you won
all of one.
But if you did it more than once, then that's awesome.
All right. This is the off one, so we wanted to spawn the on one, and we're gonna update the preset. So off spawns on, and on spawns off. Okay. All right. So so we're swapping out. So one of these has the indicators, has all the indicator stuff, and the other one doesn't. And when we send a message, it should just make one of them disappear and the other one appear. So they just keep swapping out for each other. So now we're going to go to our rules, and we're going to add a trigger key input. We're going to use the number 1 key, and message on key down is going to be HUD off. Okay. So now we can see that there's no HUD right now. So wait. Hey, it worked. Except they spin in a circle.
Why is that a bad thing?
I mean, it's fine. It just wasn't intentional.
Why is it spinning in a circle?
I'm guessing because the preset is rotated. So we need the presets to not be rotated. So we're going to
spoil all Lucas's fun.
Wasn't there? Is it hitting? Nope, that wasn't it. Is it hitting R? Oh no, it was right clicking. Right clicking on the ring will reset it. So
the ring of power.
the rotation ring.
Big difference.
Okay, so this is HUD off, and we're gonna update the preset, and then we grab HUD on. I almost clicked delete on it, and we're gonna reset the rotation and update the preset. Confirm. Okay, now we can rotate it, and it should be, because the presets themselves are not rotated when they spawn in, they should maintain whatever the original spawner's rotation is. Let's also let's increase that view distance just so we can see it as soon as we spawn.
Let's.
This is HUD on. We edit logic and visibility distance. Let's go with 100. 200. Why not? And we're going to update the preset. Rotate. Save. Do, do, do. Saving. Okay. Now we play. So we can see on the edge of our screen, we've already got the duck indicator visible. As we're running around, we can see the numbers changing, getting further away. And if we've got a whole bunch of quests active and we're like, oh, there's all these objective indicators all over the place, it's too much, we can just press the number 1 and it's gone. But the duck is still there. And we can still complete the quest with it. So where this might feel a little bit underwhelming at the moment, but what's nice with this is we could do more options with this. We could have different view distances. So let's say let's do one with small text and one with big text. So we're do it as like an accessibility setting almost. So we're going to reset our rotation just for while we're setting it up. Deadline for the Cipriani contest, I believe, was in the Medium article.
It definitely was. I can confirm that.
15th of October. Thank you, Panda. I didn't have it up anymore. Like, it's somewhere around here. So remember how we had the big text? So we're going to do that again. Display name, we're going to make it size equals and say 64 size, and we're going to call this one HUD big, and we're going to
presumptive.
Oh, I always do that. Create new. Confirm. All right, so now we need to decide what order we're going to go in. So I think we will do, we'll start with HUD on. HUD on will pick, it will swap to the big one. And we'll update that preset. Confirm. And then the big one will go to off. And update. Confirm. And then off should still be going to on. So we're going to start with on. Rotate. Play. Play. Maybe. What you doing, Game Maker? I think it gave up on me.
Oh my. Just completely
there it
gave up.
goes.
Did you save?
I mean, I had saved a minute ago, but okay. So we've got that. We press 1. Now it's big. We press 1 again. Now it's not there. And now it's there again, but little. So by just pressing one key, we're able
Hello,
to...
Mr. Fancy Pants.
Now, the kind of the not great thing about this is that it's like flickering because it's destroying and like respawning. So what I would probably actually do for this situation is I wouldn't use the actual duck asset. I would use either an invisible asset or a logic donut.
Yeah.
So that way it changes without seeing the duck flicker in and out of existence. I have a little existential crisis. But it's nice to have a HUD that is changeable like that.
Yeah, it really is.
And you can do... The reason I'm using the term HUD, because the HUD is an actual feature in the sandbox. When we go to gameplay, all these rules, the variables, they can be set up to display on screen. So you can have like your timers and your currency and whatever other variables you want to show up on the screen. That's all part of the heads up display. You can do the same thing though, and we see that specifically in Pickaxe Masters Misty Mountain. They do have I think it's middle mouse button. You click on it and it will switch your bottom row of variables to show the different items in your wallet. So it'll show like how much dirt and gold and silver and gems that you have as the items that you're collecting as part of your mining in the Misty Mountain. So you can toggle it that way, and you can do the same thing with on-screen displays in the world. So you could have multiple options. Like you could use 9, 8, and 0 on your top row of your keyboard to toggle on and off different things. You could have, say we've got quest objectives here. You might want to disable quests that you haven't found yet. So like you have the exclamation point for all the quests. If you're trying to do like an RPG or MMO kind of thing with has a lot of quests in it, you may have 10 different quests that you could all start at the same time. You're doing kind of an open world style game. You might not want all of those visible at the same time, or you might not want them all visible at such a large distance, because we can change any of these indicator things, any of these settings. So we could have the visibility for quest markers be really far, so you can see it from 2 whole lands away.
Oh.
But that might be too much, right? If you've got 20 possible quests that you could start and you can see them all from the entire way across the map, that might be annoying, right? So set it to, say, your number 8 key at the top of your keyboard, and then it switches it to a view distance of just like 25 meters or 50 meters. So that way you can see the quest markers as you get closer to them, but you don't see them from so far away. But you might want that bigger view if you don't know what to do next. You're like, okay, I completed this quest. Where do I go now? Well, you can turn on your far distance view, and now you can see the quests that are all the way across the map, and just get you an idea of like, okay, we're facing this direction. We can go that way. And you can set different command or different keys to command different kinds of things that you might hide. So just like now we had it for a quest, you might also want to put indicators on collectible items, and like all the little you could turn on like a glow for any items that you could pick up in a room to help like players know that, oh, these are items that I can grab, things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that you could do with this. but I think it would be nice for more complicated games to exist in the ecosystem, but you want to make sure that your mechanics are keeping up with accessibility for players, because sometimes there's just too much visual clutter.
Also, it's always nice to be able to kind of customize what you're seeing in front of you.
Yeah, I'm hopefully, but my hope is that at some point this will be kind of built into the sandbox to have different display sliders, so you could say, change the text size across the whole game for accessibility. But that can be complicated, especially when we allow creators to set custom text sizes in their game. Having a setting in the game client that affects all text might get messy, because you're doing whatever the game client settings are combined with whatever the creator set up their thing to be. It can be a little complicated. Don't forget to clip these educational moments. Me rambling on. Panda reminded everybody, in case you weren't here earlier, that the sandbox is looking for in-game leaders. Those are people who hang out in the social hubs and other spaces in the sandbox to help guide other players and make sure everybody's having a fun time. And so we are currently looking for people to participate in Alpha Season 4 for that. How do I apply to be a judge? Oh, in the VoxEdit contests? There's no application. You can apply for a staff position in the sandbox.
I was going to say years of law school? Like, I don't know how to answer
that. If you go to, I think it's careers. Is it careers? .sandbox.game? I might have that wrong. It is careers.sandbox.game.
I believe it is.
Yeah. So you go to careers.sandbox.game. We are currently looking for a senior build release engineer in Argentina, a senior animator / motion capture artist in Europe, a live ops director in Germany, a live ops director in London, a live ops director in Lyon, an account manager, live ops director, and senior game producer in France, Paris specifically. So if you're in one of those positions, then you'd be on the staff Slack, and you could ask Panda if you could be involved in judging the contests. But we don't currently have any community judging on VoxEdit contests. Not all staff not allowed, LOL. Oh, okay. Panda's putting down the rule of law here. Panda's the real judge. Not allowed staff get to vote. It's a limited pool. However, with your background, you'd be on that list.
I keep asking Panda to let me vote, and she just keeps slapping me down. Slapping me down.
Lieutenant General says they want to apply to be an executioner.
Get out of here.
That's dark.
I don't think you can apply for that at the sandbox, but hey, shoot your shot, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think we have any executioners on staff. At least not in that role. I don't know what people did in the previous job.
Ben says, LOL, you've been allowed to on some. Yeah, I have been on some.
She's calling Lucas out on his lies.
Yeah, my lies. I'm a filthy, dirty liar.
All right.
What are you going to
do? Maybe we're going to announce the winner of our giveaway.
I would love to do that. Yeah. Congratulations goes out. You know, it's funny that Panda mentioned old names in the chat, because I haven't seen this name in a little while, but saw him today. Congratulations goes out to King Crypto. You have won yourself Wizzy the Orange's hat. Wizzy's orange hat. Alex, help me out.
Wizzy the Orange's singed hat.
There we go. That's what you won. It's yours, and it's going to get sent to you. Alex is going to take care of all of that, because apparently I can't speak. But whatever happens, you're going to get a cool NFT in your wallet. Congratulations, my friend. Wear it with pride. I'm glad that's over.
Well, it's been just about 2 hours. I think we're actually going to end the show on time for once. Let's see if there's anybody we can raid. Who's playing the sandbox right now? Is there anybody? Let's see. We are live. I don't see
Are we?
anybody else. I mean, I feel like I'm alive. I don't know about Lucas.
Definitely.
Let's see. I don't see anybody streaming the sandbox right now. All right. Well, I guess we will just call it a day here. Remember, we try to run the show about 2 hours long. Sometimes we go a little bit longer. So if you're looking to get a raid, grab Play Game for Fun says we should raid the Sandbox game for another hour to two. I've got other stuff I have to do. I don't know about Lucas.
I also have things that require my attention.
There we go. So yeah, if you are streaming on Twitch, or if you'd like to get started streaming on Twitch and want a quick and easy raid of a dozen or two people, we are always happy to raid
people
playing the sandbox or building in the sandbox or working in VoxEdit. Just make sure that that you call us out in the chat and say, hey, I'm going to start my stream. This is what I'm going to be working on. And we'd be happy to raid you. Just let us know.
I want to throw one thing out there real quick. I know that streaming or starting to stream can seem a wee bit intimidating at first. If you have any questions, you can always shoot me a message. I would love to answer those, help you get over those first stream jitters. But if I can give anybody that's thinking about doing it one bit of advice, that is to just jump into it. The first stream is always the hardest. Once you get over that, you learn by doing, and it's trial by fire, but it's not as difficult as it seems once you're actually in there and doing it. That being said, there is a lot of work that goes into doing it. Me and Alex put in a lot of work every day when we stream. Panda streaming on her own puts in even more because she does it on her own. But seriously, just dive into it. Go for it. You'll be surprised how much fun you have with it. Like I said, there's a lot of work to it, but it's incredibly rewarding. And it's something that I'm really, really happy that I get to do on a regular basis.
Yeah, I have a ton of fun doing this. It's sometimes my brain feels a little fried afterwards. Like just 100%. The act of like having a conversation for 2 hours straight just makes my brain tired. But
it's emotionally draining, but in a good way.
Yeah, but I definitely have fun, and I honestly I would do this all the time if I didn't have other things to do, because I just enjoy doing this. But I do have other things to do, so we're going to end it here for now. But we will be back. Is the Friday stream this week, or is it next week?
We did the Friday stream last week, so
okay. I was there.
I'm not sure if we got a Friday stream this week. You were.
we did the bank job. Heist. That feels so long ago.
It does.
So Friday next week. Friday stream is next week. So Lucas and I will be back on Saturday.
We will.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Amen, brother.
All right. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you later.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.